Hello. Welcome back to Stunk 3. Long ago, before the age of baby's first esports and kernel-level slop slinging, there was Commander Keen. Alright, that's too far back, but not really. Released December 14th, 1990, was a side-scrolling platformer game by the name of Commander Keen, developed by id Software. Commander Keen follows a little 8-year-old boy named Billy in his adventures saving the world. Oh, that jump's really tall. I wonder if he's gonna... a pogo, I see. The game was a smash hit, throwing the then-young video game development studio id Software onto the map. I mean, it was like good enough that they released like 12 of these fucking things. From 1990 to 1991, id had their hearts owed to this little man until 1992, where id co-founder John Carmack would begin a new era with the Doom engine.
When you want to play the hottest, fastest, most advanced fighting game ever, forget everything else and play Doom 2 on your PC.
At this point, id was piggybacking off the success of Commander Keen as well as the recently released Wolfenstein 3D, but the release of Doom on December 10th, 1993 changed things. Overnight, Doom took over the world. It was making more daily than Wolfenstein made in its entire first month. Computer nerds, news outlets, hell, even the Gooners were talking about Doom, and a time defined by slacker hardcore nerds scraping through the bottoms of gutters of life. Doom was like a gift from the heavens. In the wake of Doom, subsequent studios would attempt to follow the success of id's hardcore gore-fest child, only given the broader titles like Doom clones. Hell, even fucking Chex was getting on this bandwagon. It felt like a new direction for games as a whole. Gone were the days of simple side-scrolling and action beat-em-ups. A new genre was on the rise, the first-person shooter. Over the course of the next 3 years, many games would try and fail to meet Doom's success. It only took id themselves to pop the next chart topper and one of my personal favorite games, Quake. Again, a phenomenon. It took id even further into the limelight, with many seeing it as an extension to the gritty and violent Doom. More so than just its amazing single-player campaign and fluid movement, another thing was birthed, the multiplayer FPS.
But Doom already had multiplayer.
Yes, but Quake allowed players for the first time to partake in strategic violent chess matches online. This changed the game industry and made Quake one of the most important games ever. People all over the world were going to tournaments and beating the shit out of each other, creating the first ever esports tournaments and winning real prizes, which, for something of this caliber, wasn't entirely seen. But these things didn't last forever. Quake did well to make multiplayer shooters the norm, but what it didn't do was maintain faith in the arena shooter genre. After Quake, many would follow in its path, but after they fizzled out and died, so did the arena shooter genre. Games were becoming more intricate and bigger. The people who loved Quake initially still played the game to death, but it was getting stale and tired to many. And this is where we're at. I know I skipped some games, but you know, my point is arena shooters are some of the most fun and important games, but they aren't nearly as popular today. I mean, Splitgate tried it.
Because I grew up playing Halo, and I'm tired of playing the same Call of Duty every year, and I wish we could have Titanfall 3. Splitgate Battle Royale launches free right now, and it's fucking awesome.
Splitgate exists, I guess. When Splitgate first released, I was excited. It was Halo, it was Portal. I don't know what else you needed, really. I was like a hamster. This game was like my little water dripper. Right? Splitgate, you know, it was an interesting concept. What if we made a hypermobile game where players fought in like vertically challenged maps where positioning was like the #1 aspect? And you know, it did well. The game was a success, and many online found it to be a continuation of Halo that at the time the dingleberries at 343 Industries just didn't want to give us. Eventually, though, the developers would make it apparent that they were trying to halt Splitgate development in favor of something new. They would leave the servers online, but the already dwindling numbers fell even lower, to the point where when Splitgate 2 released, no one really gave a fuck. It wasn't really a step in the right direction. Now, the player base is smaller than ever, and the new rebrand was pointless and tired. Here's where we are today with this game. It's a fucking slog. As someone who liked this game at one point, I find this so fucking boring, aside from performance on my PC being shit. Something is off about the movement. It feels like shit. The only thing that separates this from any other FPS anyway is just portals, which doesn't even do much in these fucking lobbies because no one uses them. They just stay in groups and dog on someone at the same time. Also, when Splitgate shut down, they made everyone unlock achievement telling them to play Splitgate Arena, which is just fucking embarrassing.
It was really late and I just got on my computer and started downloading old fucking software for from Internet Archive.
Dude, I'll be doing that shit. At all games I played for this video, I found Warforged to be the most interesting.
Yeah.
The movement feels exactly like Quake 3 to me, and most of the people I met were just old Quake veterans who loved the new spin. As far as I know, it's one of the more commonly played arena shooters now, and it's not hard to tell why. The movement's amazing, and I saw dudes just flying around the maps. But unlike the trollers in my lobbies, these motherfuckers just shitting all over me. I highly recommend this game for anyone who favors movement and high skill ceiling. It's a phenomenal display of the love and soul arena shooter fans still have for this somewhat dry genre.
Bruh.
Quake Champions. Not going to speak that much on it personally. It just was never my favorite, really. It is important in the grand scheme of the state of arena shooters, as an attempt to revive the genre on its last leg, like a flat unicycle. It, along with Saber Interactive, made Quake Champions. As you can imagine, it didn't do much to put people onto the since gone arena shooter, but it is somewhat refreshing to see his name mentioned again. I remember being really hyped for this game back in 2017, and then just didn't care after playing it for a few hours. It's okay. I found most of the complaints for this game aligned similarly with the way I felt. The addition of champions is nice, but the different advantages each character poses as far as damage and movement take away from some of the skill. It sort of imbalances the basic premise of skill taking you to the next level when characters have grappling hooks. And don't get me wrong, some of the best players, which I am not, are still gonna outplay you. It's just somewhat annoying. Aside from that, it did take things in a different direction, but it's strayed too far from the roots of Quake to keep most players. Last but not least, I wanted to throw an honorable mention in there, which unlike the last, I have a lot to say. Lawbreakers. If you were alive and playing video games in 2016 and 2017, you could not go 4 fucking seconds without hearing about Lawbreakers. The game's marketing was just shoved down everyone's throat at a time when hero shooters were starting to take off in the mainstream. There was a problem with this, however. The character designs, it just fucking sucked. Like, they were bad. And the game looked like shit. As well as its bland and off-putting design, gameplay-wise it looked fine, but Boss Key Productions really wanted some arena shooters and hardcore gamers with this one. By attempting to fit in this niche and only filling the void for the people who already had that niche, they were avidly going against the uninitiated to play this game. At least, it seemed. The game was also not free after stating it was free, for the record. Who the fuck's gonna play a game that markets itself as a hard as fuck multiplayer gravity-defying shooter? It's not as though this is a hard single-player game where you can take it on your own terms. It was a multiplayer game that was hard as fuck, and the last thing someone wants is to be shit on every game they play. They didn't even try to appeal broadly to anyone, just the real tough gamers. To no one's surprise, the game sold like no fucking copies and died the year after it came out. If only Battleborn was still around. I guess I could play a